Hello and welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? So yes, today you can't see me and I'm not outside, I'm actually inside. I'm actually at home recording. And today I thought I'd talk about the differences between us. Because sometimes we're so tough on ourselves that we end up being tough on others. But what we actually forget is that others might not have our same inner strength or our resilience. And they might not have our ability to overcome things the way we do, and this happens in so many cases. We forget that people only can only achieve things within their means, within their capabilities, and that everybody moves at their own pace. But in doing that, we are so demanding of ourselves that we find that we start demanding the same from others, which we can't. It's absolutely impossible. And we have to just accept that others move at their own pace and let them move at their own pace. And this also ties in with when we are tough on ourselves, we're also judging ourselves, aren't we? Because when we're tough on ourselves, we're making a judgment about how we do things, how we say things, how we behave. And so therefore, when we're tough on others, we're actually judging them by our own standards, our own morals, our own beliefs, and all the emotional baggage that we have. Yet every single person is an individual. And not everybody has the same standards that we have, nor does everybody have the same morals that we have, nor the same perspective. And therefore people interpret things in different ways. They react to things in different ways because every one of us learns the lesson in a different way within, what I'm trying to say is two people, can have exactly the same experience. And yet one will take that experience on board and take out of that experience one lesson, and another person, the person that was there, the second person, will take a different lesson out of the experience and will take the experience on board with a completely different set of morals or standards, or will interpret it completely differently to us. So therefore, I think we could actually conclude as well that, there are different standards for everybody in the sense that we're all brought up differently. Our traditions are different, perhaps. Our culture is different, perhaps. And perhaps we have a different way of seeing the world. Even though essentially at the bottom of it all, we arrive at the same conclusion, the same point B. How we get to point B may be completely different to somebody on the opposite side of the world, how they get to point B. So therefore, we can't assume that everybody will do things our way, nor can we judge them with our standards. And in fact, you know what? We really shouldn't judge anybody by any standards because there is really no wrong and no right as long as you're not hurting anybody. I think that's the most important thing in life, that we do not hurt anybody, any living being anyway. And when we stop judging ourselves and we stop judging others, and when we stop expecting and demanding so much from others and demanding and expecting so much from ourselves, then we're able to forgive someone else for what we think are their shortcomings, which in actual fact are not shortcomings at all. It's just that these people do not reach our expectations. Okay, so it's ourselves that are letting ourselves down. It's not them having shortcoming. It's us putting too much responsibility on them or demanding too much of them, if that makes sense. And in a certain way as well, it comes back to not being able to forgive ourselves for what we think are our own shortcomings. But shortcomings in comparison to who? In comparison to what? Because to be able to say that we have any shortcomings, we have to compare ourselves to somebody or something else. And then we obviously, by doing this comparison, we come to the conclusion that we're either not good enough because we don't reach the standard that we expect to reach, or because we lack something. We very much harshly judge ourselves, and that's what we should really stop doing and start living in the moment and just let let things happen. And yes, of course, you can have expectations of yourself. You know, you can ask a lot of yourself in the sense of wanting to achieve things, but it's not the end of the world if you don't achieve them. I think just enjoying what you do and dedicating yourself to what you do is an extraordinary achievement. And if you follow that path of doing what you love and keep at it and keep at it and keep at it, you will achieve what you want to achieve anyway, because it will take you as far as you want to go. So I think we should really learn to be less judgmental of ourselves and less demanding and more accepting, more forgiving and more loving towards ourselves. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much for putting up with me, and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.